This week we've been practicing drawing structure and actual backgrounds. We've drawn a lot of characters in this sketchbook, but this time we want to concentrate on objects in this 3D reality. So we've started off with drawing very rudimentary shapes this week. We've started off with drawing squares, circles, trapezoids, whatever shape we can get our hands on, and we've practiced capturing angles and directions of light using different types of cross hatching, and then we applied that to our final piece. But back to structure. So we take what we've learned from our shapes that we've drawn and we apply that to the object that we want to manifest in our art. For me, it's these houses, these seventh heaven looking ass houses being hit with God rays. The most majestic thing I've ever seen on Pinterest, by the way. And now I'm trying to figure out a way to capture that within my art, but I don't know how to draw that in 3D space. So what did I do? I started off with a very rough drawing of a house, and when I drew this initially, I was like, okay, we're in deep. I'm really not there with this stuff yet. Oh my god, somebody help me. But we dialed it back because I realized that I took too much of a leap forward and I drew a little bit of a more technical house than I was prepared for at the time. So in the hero's journey, we have to dial it back, find us a boss that we can actually handle. So I found a different image, one that was more simpler, a front-facing house. And this one, I took all the lessons that I learned and mistakes that I saw when I did my initial sketch, and I applied it to this one, and this one came out pretty good. I'm really proud of this sketch. It looks like something out of a western, not what we're really going for, but I'm really proud of this one. From this to this, I think that's pretty cool. So I was pretty hyped. I jumped on to the next house. This one was kind of a struggle because we took all the things we learned from our previous sketches and we applied it to a sketch and applied it to a house in a third quarter view, which is harder than both of these put together. We upped the ante, right? And we came out with a pretty decent drawing. I still prefer my first one over this one, but I still feel like we've come out with a proper experiment. Like, we've captured the essence that we are going after within the third one. And I learned a lot from this particular sketch, which is being able to indicate where light is coming from using line thickness. So the thinner your line, the thicker your line, the further away that line is from a light source. The thinner the line, the closer it is towards a light source. And that's what we applied to this one, so we get that shading effect. We can kind of see where the light is coming from, maybe, but we apply that later on to greater effect. But on to our next one. I got really hyped after these three, and I was like, I can draw anything now. I'm the greatest object drawer on earth at this point. And reality hit me, and it was like, go back to basics. Go back to basics. So that's what we did. We went back to basics, drew another third quarter building. This one was probably the hardest one because I took all the lessons I learned, but it still turned out pretty rough. But within that roughness, we've got the greatest experiment and the most learning that I've gotten from all of the other ones, which was, let's get to the meat and potatoes when we take all the things we've learned and make our final, end quotes, piece. How do I feel about it? First of all, I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest with you. This is not quite what I was looking for when I went on this adventure, but we've come out with a lot of treasures and understanding of how to make our lines work, how to ink things, how to give them perspective and shadow and structure and buildings. We've taken a lot from this piece right here. Not quite what we wanted, but I'm glad we went on this journey to create it.